Right now, the economy so bad, bro. Like, if you a hustler out here now, I salute you to the fullest. Cause it's hard, bro. It's rough. Like being a business owner, having your own, making a lane for yourself, creating your own everything, and how economy is now, and what people, it's so much expectation on you, and people don't understand. Rough for us too.
What's crazy is most of us out here is trying to figure it out. I don't think most people have life figured out right now. We done been thrown a curveball, strictly. It's wild, man. Like this whole thing, like people talk about make a certain amount of money, make six figures, make all this certain amount of money. For what? Because at the end of the day, a lot of your bread is being taken from taxes, groceries, gas, mortgage payments that done went up. They said your mortgage should never change. Shit, you shit me. Taxes. Like, you're not only paying taxes on your money, but you mean to tell me your property taxes change? I get it. I give it that things do change. But damn, do everything change like this? Car insurance. Car insurance is not even justified. I haven't had an accident in years. But for some odd reason, insurance still went up. A lot of us out here feeling like we have rock bottom. And if you do got a couple dollars, a little bit of bread in the bank, that's going to probably end up fading away because something always happens when you feel like you up. You got cats out here just trying to figure it out. Life is difficult for most individuals. Like for the thing of just thinking that everything is going to be sweet out here. They just had a dude just get locked up, caught a fed case, rich and unemployed. I used to follow, well not follow him, but I used to subscribe to his page. Still am. And all of a sudden his podcast just faded away and you didn't realize, what happened to his podcast. And kind of find out he was rolling in money, over $10 million in money. He was rolling. But he just reappeared. So when you look at people out here struggling and people trying to figure out how certain people are just rolling in money, got all this bread that they spending, and you see in Ferraris, Lambos, they make Lamborghinis look like they're affordable. They make a Rolls Royce look like it's a damn Toyota. But in actuality, that's not what it is. What's happening is when you see people just pop up and reappear, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you like, wait a minute, damn, where this dude come from? He popping. I like what he doing. But then when you find out that this person done caught a fed case off of a Ponzi scheme or a scheme that was dealing with the PPP loans. Everybody remember the PPP loans, but guess what? Government didn't forget. It's wild out here. Money just seems to be falling off of the trees on social media. Not in the real world, only on social media. We done seen more people having cars that cost more than a house. But then when you look around in the world and you traveling, you don't see these things. You see them in different segments. Like you can go to certain areas, certain neighborhoods, and you'll see a car like that. But then when you ride through, you see these houses of old money. You don't know how these people got rich, but you know that they most likely been there for a long time. You're looking at new homes right now. New homes are being built. Crap. I just seen multiple lawsuits. I'm not going to even mention a couple because I don't know if you can get in trouble for that. But just look it up. They got big building companies that's a big name that build homes. And they got mushrooms growing in the damn basement. The siding falling off of these homes. Like, it make you sit back and realize that we living in an era now where as though everything is cheap labor. And if it's not cheap labor, it's cheap products, cheap material. Houses are falling apart. And these are brand new homes. You're looking at areas where as though you got older homes. These older homes that used to go for 200, now they went to 3, and then all of a sudden you blink, that 3 done turned into 5. I wonder when you look at certain areas in the world, how do people really survive? When you look at New York, much as I go to New York, I never really thought about how do people be able to afford to live in these areas. And when you find out and you look under the covers and you see how everything is set up, you'll realize that these areas, like when you just pay attention to New York, you'll notice people don't live in these apartments by themselves. They living with 2, 3, 4 people inside of an apartment. People using the living rooms and 2 bedrooms, but it's 3 people living in there, and they splitting the rents. This cannot be the way of life today. Whereas though you have so many homes, so many ways of making money, but for some odd reason, something is off. It's off. You can't even figure it out. You can't. It is not even something for you to figure out. It's for you to try to understand how you're going to make your next move. Because right now, the moves that we make in the day, the old ways, it's not in play no more. All the schemes and the little scammers doing seminars. Like, look, man, we done seen more seminars that been put out there. I remember from the dude from Jay Morrison. I used to follow him. And I remember I was like, damn, dude is doing it big. To turn around and find out that, damn, man, dude was a fraud. Like, literally was a fraud. He had none of the homes that he talked about. Did not have any of the clubs that he talked about. Only thing that he did own was going to jail. And the sad part about it is, nothing else you able to find out about that individual. And then you start looking at people, like, I'm not throwing names out there, but I remember at a time, like during the COVID time, we had Tony the Closer. I don't know what happened to him. All I know is once he moved to Miami, I don't know, all of a sudden all the wholesale stuff just stops, and then all of a sudden you beefing with all these different podcasters, and now you coming at people trying to fight people. It's funny, man. It's like the people that we follow, the people that we listen to, the people that we think is giving us good wisdom ain't giving us nothing but a bunch of crap. It's like a setup. Everything that they're talking about is all a setup. It's a play on your ears to make you feel as though you're going to gravitate to success. And you're going to put your money out there. That's why I never believed in seminars. I went to 3 seminars, and they turned out to be nothing but bullish. All bull crap. These seminars last every bit of 3 days. And in the midst of being there for 3 days, 3 days, you end up noticing that you go to these seminars, and then all of a sudden, on the 3rd day, ooh, hey, so on your credit card, how much do you have on your credit card? Because if you have this much on your credit card, you need to invest in yourself. They always sit you, look, I've been in so many seminars, they set it up so good. They finesse you for the first 2 days. Remember, finesse is the rich and unemployed dude. Finesse, everything in his name all represented him very well. And so that's how the seminars are played out. And they finesse you for the first 2 days. They sell you hopes and dreams. And what's crazy is once they sell you those hopes and dreams, you're now emotionally almost attached to everything that you learned for those 2 days. Just 2 days. And then all of a sudden on the 3rd day, they like, look, we're not going to bull crap around with you. We want to get straightforward. We want to see you successful. So I'm looking at it like this. Y'all was here for 2 days. That's how they set it up. Y'all was here for 2 days. If you didn't learn anything, you basically wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you was paying attention, you know that right now is the time to invest in yourself. And if you're serious about life, I done been to many of them. Yo, they have the same setup. Because the setup at the end is the one that's going to get you. So if you're looking to invest in yourself, look at your credit card statement. Is it doing you justice? If it's not, this is something you want to use your credit card for. You want to invest in yourself. And if you don't have enough on your credit card, I would advise that you go out in the hallway, You talk to your credit card provider, or you know how they set it up. That's normally how they set it up, and they say try to get them to raise your limit, especially if your credit rating is up to par. Yo, once you hear that, if you got common sense, and this is a person that has real estate right now. And when I went to a seminar that was on real estate, the stuff that they were selling, I realized the second day it was a bunch of bull. But you can walk away with some good information depending on the information that you're hearing, that you understand what you're listening to. Because if a person don't have anything, they're going to look at any information that they hear, and they're going to think it serves them, and it doesn't. And that's why a lot of times people are misguided, because a lot of people out here don't have anything. This economy really has people running around scrambling. That's why we see so many lawsuits right now happening. And these lawsuits are not just happening just to be happening. They're happening because they're all money grabs. If you notice, none of these cases that we're seeing today are criminal, except for Diddy. But remember, Diddy wasn't brought up on criminal charges. The feds decided to take interest in him. Who knows why? But all his lawsuits are all money grabs. Goes to show you, man, anything out here to get people paid is going to get people paid if they have an avenue or escape. Whereas though they can say, ooh, I'm going to bring up some false allegations and I'm going to see if he settle out. This is why so many people are on the move today of looking for any type of way of justification, from child support to divorces, getting alimony, to lawsuits or false allegations, domestic. Once you say somebody did something to somebody and that person has money, you already know that they're going after the money. Look, man, we are in rough times right now. So wherever you think you at, try to up your status by making sure that you improve your own self, your own well-being. But also remember this, with much success comes a lot of hatred and envy, and people that's basically in a disguise. And that could be your family, your friends, your significant other. Anybody that's tied to you can latch on to you and try to be that person that's going to try to bring you down. Be safe out here. Well, remember, we all in the struggle right now, so don't think you by yourself.